My name is Tate with Train to Win. Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be discussing some tips on how to better recover as an athlete. Within this video we are under the interpretation that you are following some good sound programming. So if you aren't too sure on how to follow some sound programming, or if your programming is solid as it is, please refer back to our episode 1 of Basics of Programming. In that video we will be able to break down whether or not your program is sound. So with that being said, first thing that can guarantee that we have some proper recovery is going to be sleep. Sleep is going to be one of the most important things to make sure that is on point in order to adhere to our programming or adhere to our training. We need at least 6 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Typically we can see a massive degenerative effect if our sleep is off. Sleep can even take years off of our life if we aren't sleeping properly. If this isn't something that you are too sure is playing a role within your fatigue or is causing you to not adhere to your programming or not, you could totally get a sleep study done, and I honestly highly recommend doing so if you feel that sleep is a factor that is causing you to not recover properly. Or even if you're feeling sluggish throughout the day or having sleep problems, whatever it is, highly recommend getting a sleep study done. Again, it can be a matter of life and death. Sleep is a huge deal. Second, being diet. Biggest thing to adhering to a program is making sure that we're getting proper nutrients. So we need to be consuming at least maintenance calories or within a surplus with our calories. To understand those terms there, we do have a video out called Basics of Nutrition or Basics of Dieting. Within that video I break down exactly how to find the calories that you need to consume for your body, and that will be linked down in the description below. Again, when it comes to some fine-tuned nutrients within your diet, you may need to consult your nutritionist, your dietitian, or your doctor in regards to that. You may need to get some blood work done to see what vitamins and minerals you may be deficient in. Again, it can be different for each and every individual. So number 3 is going to be a factor that we call NEAT, N-E-A-T. That's an abbreviation, and it stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. Which in simple terms is just the activity that we do outside of the gym or outside of our sport. This is anything from walking to climbing out of bed to cooking yourself dinner, all those different activities. The best way to measure our NEAT is typically by a step counter. So most phones have a health app that tracks your steps throughout the day, or if you have a Fitbit, Apple Watch, whatever it is, most phones will track your steps throughout the day. Typically, to have enhanced recovery, you need to be you need to be taking about 10,000 steps per day to have some efficient recovery overall. So one false misconception that I come across constantly is most people think in order to recover properly, you must be able to chill out and do nothing and eat, and that's going to have a better result on our recovery overall. That, in fact, is not the case. Being more sedentary when we are outside of the gym or outside of our sport will actually have a less effect on our overall recovery than if we were to have some light activity thrown in throughout the day. Having that light activity or upped NEAT throughout the day will help increase blood flow, thus resulting in a better healing process of our nervous system as well as our muscular system there. One tool that you can use to help enhance your recovery within your programming is on your quote-unquote rest days, converting them over to an active recovery day. We as coaches do this quite often, and our active recovery day is based off a plethora of different things like going through some dynamic movements, maybe doing some yoga, doing some light walking on the treadmill, going outside on a walk, going to play frisbee golf, something like that. Really any form of light activity and forcing it to be something that you do even on your rest days. So this has been some tips on how to better recover. Again, biggest thing is breaking down your programming. If you feel that you are having a hard time recovering and all those things are sound, our eating, our sleep, our NEAT, we need to then dive deeper into our programming and assure that what we are doing is built for our body and we are able to adapt to what we have written out for us. So if you then follow all those things and you are sound on all those recovery tips that I threw out to you today, that then means our problem is within the programming itself or your coaching that you may have. So then consult your coach, consult your trainer, or go back to the drawing board and rewrite your programming out. Again, this has been Tate with Train to Win. Thank you for watching.